It's DSP's most disappointing games of 2012. Number 6, 007 Legends. Man, 007's one of those characters who's just been through the ringer when it comes to video games. He's had several outings in the past decade, but honestly, since GoldenEye back on the Nintendo 64, he just really hasn't gotten a fair shake. And this year was kind of more of the same with 007 Legends. Now the premise of the game is pretty interesting. Let's take the current version of James Bond, Daniel Craig, and put him into the classic moments from the most famous and most fan-loved 007 movies. The problem here is with the execution. What could have been a really epic premise just becomes a boring, generic FPS because of the design of the game. The game really wants to be a kind of sneaky first-person shooter similar to, say, Deus Ex or Dishonored, which also came out this year. But what actually happens is that it becomes an all-out firefighting, bullet-spun shooter. The game gives you abilities during the course of the upgrades and such that allow you to become basically a Terminator. You can charge through these missions, shooting and killing anything you want, getting hit by hundreds of bullets, and because of the regeneration aspect of the life bar, you can just rush through the stages, and that's pretty much how this game needs to be played. If you actually try to play it in a sneaky mode, it becomes insanely difficult and almost non-functional. Now there are a couple neat moments in the game, namely the times when you face off against these classic Bond villains in hand-to-hand fights. And it's actually kind of fun the first time until you realize that every single one of the hand-to-hand fights in the game is completely identical. The people you're fighting stand there like generic sparring partners and allow you to punch the shit out of their guts and faces until finally they're defeated. There's no challenge whatsoever. It's boring, it's repetitive. There's nothing original or inspired about this game at all. And even though it even has an online mode with multiplayer, these are all multiplayer modes that you've probably played in other FPS games as well. So once again, a completely generic, boring outing for 007. I really feel bad. Will this character ever get another good video game besides GoldenEye? I don't know, but I hope so, because the James Bond franchise just hit 50 years. It is a worthy franchise, worthy of having a good treatment. Maybe in the future someone will do better. Up next, a game that looked like it had massive potential falls far short from expectations and actually has a twist that pisses gamers off. Check it out.